Hi, I'm Pastor David with Declaration Church. And at this time of year, our focus a lot of times turns from all of our normal daily activities towards the holiday season and all the things that come with it. We start thinking about Christmas and making sure we have all the decorations and getting the gifts out and making sure we get just the right things. And Black Friday happens and it comes along. In fact, today, while I'm filming this, is Black Friday. And so there are huge sales and all these stores are getting our focus and attention on coming out and being consumers and buying everything we can, getting a hold of all of these things that they have to offer. And that has a tendency really to be just a microcosm of the world in which we live. Oftentimes, our focus is on what we can get in the world, and it's about making our lives more comfortable, adding to what we have, accumulating things, accumulating cash, and all the things that the world has to offer in order to win the day or win society's competition as to who is going to have the most, who's going to be the best, who's going to accumulate the greatest number of things, funds, money, all those different things. And what I find is that that's not necessarily the direction that God wants us to go, and yet it's the easiest direction for us to take. But I came across this verse that I think speaks right to the situation, especially for this time of year. And I hope it helps you as much as it's helped me to refocus during this season. It's in Psalm 119, which is the longest chapter in the entire Bible. It's a poem. It's actually an acrostic. It's worth reading, but depending on how long you want to read, it may take more than one sitting. But in Psalm 119, verse 36, the psalmist writes, "Incline my heart to your testimonies." So immediately you can tell that this is a prayer. This is the psalmist crying out to God for help. And he says, "Incline my heart to your testimonies and not to selfish gain." See, the psalmist recognizes that he doesn't want what the world really tells us we need to go do. He doesn't want to go and be consumed by that consumer mindset. He wants to be consumed with God. And so he calls out to God and cries out to him for help, that God would incline his heart, direct his heart, kind of lean his heart towards God and towards his truth, towards his word, and away from selfish gain. We all have a tendency to really focus on our own wants, our own needs. And what God is saying is, instead of being so focused on those things, we should be more focused on God, on his word, on being caring and loving and taking care of one another. And so in this season, as we look at the greatest gift that was ever given in the Son of God, as Jesus came to earth, became one of us, and gave himself up for us, hopefully that will become our focus. And we'll look for ways, just like I need to, we'll look for ways to serve and to love and to give rather than what we can get out of the season. That our hearts would be inclined to God and not to selfish gain. Hopefully this is encouraging to you. Maybe it's a reality check for you. Maybe it's a gut check or a heart check moment where you're looking at yourself and saying, you know what, maybe I am a little too focused on what I'm going to get this year rather than on how I can serve others and show God's love. Hopefully it's a reality check for all of us, and we can go out and make this holiday season one where God's love is evident in every one of us. If you're a little discouraged by the consumerism that really seems to surround this season, I hope you'll go out and, instead of being depressed at how consumer-minded we are as a society, you'll be focused on ways that you can begin to turn the tide back to giving and serving and loving away from that consumer mindset. As always, you can subscribe simply by clicking on the subscribe button below. Give this video a thumbs up if you find it beneficial, if it's been a benefit to you, if it's something that's called you and kind of got your mind back on track. Any way that this video has benefited you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let other people know about our channel. When you subscribe, you'll get notified every time we post a video. Hopefully, this has been a blessing to you. As always, I'm Pastor David, and I'm out.